Well, after about a 2-week break, we are back with just now 3 more races to go in the 2025 Formula One World Championship. We are here at the Duabi Autodrome for the Duabi Grand Prix. Of course, it made its main debut just last year. And the Drivers' Championship, Hamilton leads by Leclerc by 5 points, Tsunoda by 24, and Kimi Antonelli by 26. Ferrari's lead takes a big hit after a tough race they had at Silverstone. Only 56 points they have. And Haas still lead the midfield team over Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, and Alpine. Of course, Sauber and Williams are out of it. But you can see, here's a look at the track map, the layout. You got that one corner of turn 1, which can be very tricky to the drivers. Of course, this is a 16-turn track. It made its main debut just last year. So now here's a look now at the starting grid for the Duabi Grand Prix. Of course, right at the back are going to be the 2 Saubers of Bortoletto and Nico Hulkenberg. They struggled once again in Q1. And then it's going to be Alex Albon lining up in P18 with Franco Colapinto, who doesn't know what he's going to do for next year. Of course, we're going to have some contract negotiations going into the next round. Pierre Gasly lines up in 16, and Carlos Sainz is back into Q2, but still hasn't made Q3 so far this season. Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson for the Racing Bulls are 14th and 13th. They're still closing in on Haas. Then you got Fernando Alonso in 12th, and Charles Leclerc takes a grip penalty, a 10-place grip penalty for a new component of engines. Then it is Ollie Behrman in 10th and Lance Stroll in 9th. So Aston Martin gets the advantage over Haas, but it's actually Haas who still has the advantage over Aston Martin in the construction. So it's Ocon that lines up 8th, and Oscar Piastri lines up 7th. And then Yuki Tsunoda in the Drivers' Championship is now lining up at 6th, and George Russell P5. That's not what Tsunoda wants to start at. It's P number 6. Then you got Lando Norris in 4th, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli in P3. Knowing that he has to get ahead of Lewis Hamilton. And then the front row are the 2 former title rivals from 2021 of Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton on pole position. With just now 3 more rounds to go, it's now every driver for themselves, including the 2 Ferraris, the actually main title contenders, because if Tsunoda and Antonelli don't get ahead, they will be eliminated in this Drivers' Championship fight. But here we go now. It is time for the Duabi Grand Prix. It's making its 2nd year. It's last year came in 2024 with the car pole, and it's lights out, and away we go. And Hamilton, the start that he needs, and Charles Leclerc right in the chaos zone of what he doesn't need. So now Leclerc already up in the P10, but he's going to have to survive through turn 1. They all go through turn 1, and it looks like they will survive turn 1. Hamilton leads. Then here comes Max Verstappen, and then Kimi Antonelli goes in the third. Leclerc is shoved off the track. Leclerc off the track, and then he almost goes into the grass. He does go in the grass. 2 tires in the grass, but he's able to maintain. Oh, this is the one double car contact there with the Haas. The Haas of Behrman and the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. This is not what Charles Leclerc needs in terms of the championship fight with Lewis Hamilton. This is a crucial moment for the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. And now he settles in and now makes the pass on Ollie Behrman. What a pass by Charles Leclerc. He now moves into B10. Behrman and Ocon are out of the points. That's not what they need in terms of the constructors with Racing Bulls and the Aston Martin. And Charles Leclerc goes down the inside. What a move by the Ferrari, man. He gets it done and moves into P7.
Oh, it makes contact, I believe, with oh no, he's...
And Charles Leclerc goes off! Charles Leclerc goes off! What a crucial moment in terms of the World Championship! Charles Leclerc falters down to P18! Charles Leclerc got hit by Lance Stroll, and then actually got hit by Yuki Tsunoda! Tsunoda pushed Charles Leclerc right up, and Leclerc now falters down to now up to 15th, was down to 16th, and this is crucial moment, because look, if Hamilton stays where he is and Leclerc can get the points, Lewis Hamilton would be world champion, but Charles Leclerc now trying to make some more moves to make sure that doesn't happen. Charles Leclerc now back up in the 10th.
Yes. And you guys are probably wondering why we're only doing 3 laps instead of 10, because this track is just way too long for 10 laps. So that's why we're only doing 3. And look at this, Joseph. Charles Leclerc's making some more moves. He's up in the 6th place.
What a flying start from Charles Leclerc up to 6th, and now up to 5th. Charles Leclerc passes George Russell, and now passes Norris, and passes Kimi Antonelli. Charles Leclerc up in the 3rd place. He's going to be all over Max Verstappen now. Can he get it done? No, not quite. Charles Leclerc now settles for 3rd. So So it's Hamilton, the championship lead that leads from Verstappen, but now leads from Charles Leclerc on the second. And now the two championship contenders, they nearly touched, just like Silverstone last time out. Now, Fred did have a conversation with them. They're saying they can race, but race cleanly and no contact either. Now, when it comes to the World Championship, you know they're going to make contact because one of them wants to do it. Charles Leclerc looking for his first. Hamilton is trying to go for a record-breaking 8th world title, but he's going to have to defend, and he couldn't. And Charles Leclerc now moves into the lead of the Duabi Grand Prix. What a move by Charles Leclerc. He gets it done. He goes from P11 to P1, and look at the championship now. It's 3 points between Charles Leclerc and Hamilton. TSUNODA back by 34, Antonelli back by 39, and Verstappen back by 57. Ferrari now with an 83-point lead and an 88-point advantage over Mercedes and Red Bull. Ferrari, if they can hang on here, they would become world champions for a 19th time. And Hamilton has to now settle in for second spot, knowing that Charles Leclerc's car is just too good.
Yeah, I mean, what a start by Charles Leclerc. I mean, if he can maintain his lead, he would regain the championship lead for only 3 points. And this is not good for, TSUNODA and Antonelli, because that's probably going to eliminate him. But look, Joseph, look at the Constructors' Championship fight.
The battle in the midfield between Haas, Racing Bulls, and Aston Martin and Alpine are really close. Now, with Racing Bulls, they have the advantage. Only 6 points behind Haas. Aston Martin behind Haas by 35, and Alpine is still behind by 44 because they're not even in the points. Now, like I said, Kick Sauber and Williams are out of it because with only 3 Grand Prix to go, they wouldn't make that big enough gap because it's just now look like between those two who's going to fight for P9. But can Haas, try to get back on the points? But it looks like Racing Bulls will have the advantage as well as the Aston Martins.
This is really not good for Lewis Hamilton. He is now back by 14.3 seconds. Hamilton, who has so far dominated the second half, who's led the championship after Charles Leclerc's misfortunes, now looks like we'll lose the championship lead. What is Hamilton now going to have to do now, going the last 2 rounds of Japan and Sao Paulo, knowing that Sao Paulo is now the championship race and that Japan is now the penultimate round of the World Championship, knowing that's going to be round 15 going into, the next race.
Charles Leclerc entering the final 2 turns as he's now dominated the last 2 laps of this race. Here he comes. Leclerc passing the pit straight into turn 16 for the final time. Charles Leclerc is going to regain the championship lead by 3 points, and Charles Leclerc wins the Duabi Grand Prix for a second time. Charles Leclerc wins the Duabi Grand Prix and retakes the championship lead and the first win since Austria. What a win for Charles Leclerc. It's what he needs. Has not won since Austria of round number 12. He does it as he wins ahead of Hamilton and Max Verstappen. You can see the rest of the point scores. TSUNODA finishes 10th, Lawson 9th, Behrman finishes 15th, Colapinto 16th, and Hulkenberg, Albon, Bortoleto, and of course Carlos Sainz. But the Drivers' Championship, it's now 3 points between Leclerc and Hamilton. TSUNODA, Antonelli, they still have a shot, but they would need to make sure Leclerc and Hamilton have DNFs in the last 2 Grand Prix to make sure they stay in the hunt. And in the constructors, Ferrari would have done it, but with Red Bull and Mercedes finishing in the points, they still don't clinch it. They would have to wait until Japan. So with that wraps up this round number 14 of the championship. We'll see you when we go racing in Japan. Goodbye, everyone.